come across in your post was like, it was negative. Like,
I edit that. I mean, I didn't mean to come through like that, but
I'm just, you know, I just wanted to ask you, that's all.
that's basically the time.
And we've passed like 2 ordinances in the 3 years I've been here.
Well, I didn't know that, so.
Yeah, so. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm glad you're here and I hope you keep coming. But I just started seeing you like 2 months ago. So, I mean, the 3 years I've been sitting here, there's been nobody here. So I'm glad you're here and I hope you continue to come. But, you know, and I hope you just keep voicing your opinion, but I just want to clarify that we're not blaming anybody. We're not, I mean, this is what we want. We want everybody to show. This actually makes it worthwhile coming up. So please continue to come. Please continue to have your input. I mean, because that's your right. And you're right. As a taxpayer, as a U.S. citizen, you have every right to question every little thing we do. And that's the way this country's supposed to work. That's why they call it we the people. And so you know, so I just want to clarify that with you.
Okay.
But going back to the website, I did listen to what you said last meeting, and there is an easier way. I just made a website yesterday, and it took me literally 10 minutes, and I'm not that computer savvy. It's Wix.com, if you ever heard of it?
Yes.
So my wife actually is the one that turned me on to it, and we're probably going to move forward with it because it's pretty simple, and it looks pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, we're going to give it a shot, and in fact, I'm going to vote that we should give it a shot and have a website. Then I can update it, and whoever else wants to update it can update it. It looks pretty simple. It looks really simple, actually. I'm going to actually get my wife to take pictures because she's way better photographer than I am, and we'll put some pictures up. And actually, what we want to include too is I want to include all the local businesses, Ryan's, the Crooked Creek store, yeah, Goodman's, and all these little stores opening up in Bethel Township, and we can all have pictures of them on the website. So again, if you keep coming back to meetings, once we get the website up, you can have input on what you want to see on there. You know, I don't know if everybody knows, but me and Dave built a board out here today, and we actually hung that sign. It's got LED lights on it, and it'll be lit up, and it's what, 60 inches wide by 3 foot high. So we'll be able to put a lot more stuff in there to document what's going on. And so we're trying to, with your feedback, when you come to these meetings, we're trying to accomplish what you guys want. So I just wanted to clarify that. That's all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other old business? Steve, the website is old business. You want to go ahead and take a stab at it?
Yeah, I'll take a stab.
David, are you in favor of it?
Sure. And if you want any input on it, I mean, if you know about the Wix.com, hey, I'm open here. I'll listen to it, you know, if you have any suggestions. Because again, I really build a website, so.
Everybody in favor of getting it up and done?
I'm in favor of it.
Okay, he's gonna take the bull by the horns. Thanks, Steve, for doing that. Yes, thank you. New business. Really not. You got anything to do with it? This one, what we need, on the road,
I know that without knowing what the plant's gonna do, I can't go and fight for that for those roads.
well, we don't even do unless they go off.
We're supposed to decide. I mean, I can call and get a bid on
Yeah,
the
you
price.
can get, but they might not carry it that long, it might only be good for 30 days. Wait,
I won't call until like 30 or 40 weeks. And then that way we carry just past the meeting while we're still.
any other new business? Report to Chris.
So at the last meeting, actually we were sick, both of us were sick for a couple days, we weren't here. did some shop work here. Unplugged some culverts with the fire truck. Some of them were not unclogged. Cleaned out the ditches on Mormac. Ash icy spots, shop work. Pull out the bad pipe on Stony Hill up by Oliver's, and we rip-wrapped it and made it real nice so that the water will actually flow, not be in the collapsed culvert. Clean up limbs on the roads, ash icy spots, ash roads and pick up limbs again, ash roads, plowing ash roads, shop work, ash icy spots, check the roads, ash the roads again. We gravelled all the dirt roads yesterday, and today Steve and I hung up the bulletin board out here. I did a few other things in the shop.
Put the speed bumps on, thank you.
Some ones that clog, and we think them, are they flat, do you think, or are they metal or flat?
The one out here on the bend by Sulsky's old house, when they dug the city water line, they went through our pipe, and instead of replacing it with a metal collar, they threw a chunk of plastic in there, and it separated and clogged. So it's got to be ripped the whole way out because it's metal anyway. The one on Grant's by his driveway is collapsed.
By Dean's driveway?
Yeah, it's collapsed, and I mean, the biggest thing is the silt has nowhere to go where it goes into the creek. So he's given us permission to change that culvert and
Oh, my hell.
Yes, sir.
to get down in there and make a pathway for the water to get into the creek.
That was always silly, yeah, that was
The only thing I'll say about that is if you take a bunch of dirt out of there, I do need fill on my property. I got a little flat spot right up the driveway where you take a bunch of mud out of there, you can dump it in there. That'd be great. Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's the only, other than that, you do whatever you gotta do there, however you gonna do it. Anything you gotta do in my property, you're more than welcome.
Hey,
No arguments here.
what's your address up there?
233 Grand Salt.
Yeah, if you want to start, we'll put it right where you want it.
Yeah. Cause I got some places up in the property there, got some big dividends I'm gonna fill in. And that way there, if you're taking it out of there, it'll dry out, the water will run off it after a while, and then I'll be able to scoop it up.
Yeah, be able to do what you want.
Yeah, thank you.
And him and I's already talked once or twice down there
Yeah.
about it.
I'll make a motion to accept the record report. We need a second. Dean seconded. All those in favor? Good.
And you can even park your equipment in that spot up there. If you need a place to park at when you're working, there's a big wide spot right up my driveway on the left.
Yeah, where you were digging the shell
Yeah,
out of the
I
back.
dug it out quite a ways back. Here's a nice parking spot.
Thank you.
That was me. They didn't send one.
I didn't get one today.
Communication. We have any communications? Communications. Okay, we're ready to end to the visitors. Anybody got anything you wanna, Jeff?
Did you say the last 3 years, nobody's come to these meetings?
No, you have.
Me and my wife, we've been
Oh,
here 20 years.
Oh, I know.
Somebody missed 2 or 3 meetings.
I know, I agree with you.
Okay, so it wasn't nobody.
No, oh, you're right, you're right.
And the second thing is,
I agree.
every 6 months we bring up about reading the minutes before they're approved. I'm the secretary for 2 different organizations. This past Sunday, I read the minutes, and I said, any additions or corrections? And here, I made a mistake in the minutes, so they corrected me, I changed them, and they voted to approve them. And we never know what the minutes are here before they're approved, and they were never read.
I was gonna bring the same thing up. Do you guys follow Robert's Rules of Order for your meeting?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Do you guys follow Robert's Rules of Order for your meetings?
I'll be honest.
I run the meetings, public meetings, and I was a supervisor, and I still run public meeting. Under Robert's Rules of Order, which most meetings are run by, call your meeting to order, you do your pledge of allegiance, roll call, whatever, and then you read the minutes of the last meeting, ask for any changes or corrections. If there's not, you approve them as read. If there is, you make the changes and then approve them as read. That's the way it's supposed to be done under Robert's Rules of Order. You have no provision in here for that. But under Robert's Rules of Order, we used to do that here, and I don't know why they got away from it. But the minutes are supposed to be available, either as individual handouts or read. You should have a copy of them for people to see if they want to see them. Or they should be read at the meeting and then voted on and approved with any changes. How do you approve minutes without reading them? Without making, maybe we sat here and you read the minutes, oh, you guys overlooked something, or we overlooked something. It's, oh, you forgot. Well, put it in the minutes, and then the minutes are approved as read. How can you make changes to minutes if they're not right if you don't know what's in the minutes? Joe brought up a good point.
I mean, even before.
That's under Robert's Rules of Order. Before you do any other thing, you read the minutes of the last meeting or make them available. You know how we do it at the fire hall. We hand the people a copy of the last month's minutes. If there's any change or correction, we make it at the meeting, then we approve it as read. How can you approve it if you don't, if there's no, you know, how can you do that without having a procedure to make changes? You have no procedure to make changes to your
We
meeting.
have the copy sitting here in front of us, and she emails it to us prior to the meeting.
Yeah, but that doesn't do us any good. Maybe you guys missed something, we caught it, and we want to put it in the minutes, correct the minutes. That doesn't do us any good.
Anyway, if everybody feels the same way, I'll volunteer to read them every meeting.
I mean, you know, that's the way you do it under Robert's Rules of Order, running the meeting. That's the way a meeting is supposed to be run.
If everybody feels that way,